Samseleko wants to do a ceremony where he's thanking his ancestors because he's alive. So he's telling Mayeni. And Mayeni is like, she's not interested. And the reason why Mayeni is not interested is because she feels like Musa is completely selfish and all he thinks is himself. The reason why she's saying that is she's saying that when she was really sick, she had an operation which was a life or death operation. When she came back to life from it, she asked Musa, can I please have a small ceremony where we do a small prayer to thank the ancestors that I'm alive? Musa said, no, that will wait. It's not important. What is important is me turning 50. Mayeni said that I felt insulted because, number one, he's basically saying that my life is not important. Something small between just my family. Like, honestly. And now do you guys understand why Mayeni gets irritated about number 5? Because you have money to bring number 5, paying lobola for her, building a home for her, but you don't have money to appreciate the wife that you already have because she had a life and death situation. Now you're going through the same thing that I'm going through health-wise, you now remember that the ancestors need to be thanked. Like, be for real. Be for real. And that is basically what Mayeni is basically saying, that when I was going through the exact same thing you were going through, but because I was going through it first, you blocked me, and it's completely unfair. Almost is basically saying, yeah, but in Nesthembu, we do things fair. Mayeni is saying, no, it's not about doing things fair. It's about taking care of each wife's individual needs. And at that time, I needed you, Musa. Almost is basically turning this whole thing around, making it seem like Mayeni is the problem. Basically saying she's selfish, she's rude, and if he has to take everything that she says to heart, he's basically going to fall on the floor and die. Now, we also see that Mayeni's house is incomplete, and this part of the house has been incomplete for the last 4 years. He says because of the fact that financially he can't be able to maintain, then why are you bringing another wife? Why? If you cannot be able to maintain the wives that you already have, you cannot be able to maintain the kids that you already have, financially you are overstretched, financially you are stressed out, what are you doing bringing another wife? Honestly, you have not even finished the weddings of the wives that are already there. Do you understand Mayeni's frustrations? And I really hope that these wives, I'm sure they won't, but when they actually watch Mayeni's story, they actually understand why Mayeni has chosen not to take care of her husband when he was sick, because he never took care of her. Why Mayeni was hesitant to pay the bill, because I'm sure Musa didn't pay her bill. Musa can't barely even take care of her own house. Do you think you'll be able to pay for a hospital bill? Yet now she must take out money for him. Let's use our common sense here, guys. Let's use our common sense and be fair. Put yourself in Mayeni's situation, put yourself in Mayeni's shoes, and think if it's fair that Musa, even though he is the man in this situation, it must revolve around him all the time. Let's be for real. Anyway, we have come to the end of today's video. Let me know down below your thoughts. Do you think that Mayeni was justified by putting her foot down in this situation and saying that now you are selfish and you think for yourself? Or do you agree with Musa by stating that those situations are not the same? We have come to the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell down below. Till next time, love and light. Bye. K and Ngwabe decide to meet up because they're all buddies. But one thing I noticed about them, they become buddy when it's time to talk about one common person, and that is Mayeni. So Umakhumalo, we can see that the beef between her and Umayeni is one-sided, because whenever she's meeting with Umangwabe, she has to always bring up Umayeni, and then she gets surprised why Umayeni doesn't like her. So she basically talks about the fact that the situation of the bill, which was the hospital bill. Remember, Musa has no medical aid, so they basically had to pay 100,000 deposit. And now my issue is thinking, if that was 100,000 deposit, how much was the whole total fee as a whole? And I remember I did a video on this, and I spoke about what's the importance of medical aid, even if you don't have savings but a hospital plan, because just imagine coughing out 100,000 deposits. So it seems like Umakhumalo paid it there and there, but obviously she wanted her money back, because remember, Musa has other wives. Now remember, in the beginning of the episode of Musa being sick, Umaxele did tell us that there was one wife who was hesitant to pay, and that was Mayeni. And that is why Umakhumalo brought up the topic. She brought up that topic because she basically wanted to make Mayeni look bad in the public, when Mayeni has every right not to want to pay that bill, because her husband does not even want to pay some of the bills of her house, and he didn't pay her hospital bill. I mean, come on, think. But obviously they don't know that, because Mayeni doesn't tell them about their life. But once again, why are you overstepping? And then tomorrow you're going to be crying that people are saying that we are pap. You are forward, because you are, babes, and you have a hidden agenda with Umakhumalo. Oh gosh.